Greetings friends, and acolytes of the Force, and welcome back to the channel. In Revenge of the Sith, Yoda and Obi-Wan found out about Anakin's betrayal, as well as the ultimate identity of the Sith Lord behind it all. By then, it was too late, but the two Jedi Masters still needed to do what they could, if anything, to destroy the Sith before their takeover was complete. Yoda insisted on a divide and conquer strategy, dooming both Jedi to face their each Sith counterparts on equal ground. The success or failure of this strategy is ultimately debatable though, but nevertheless, it was Yoda's idea that they should split up and take down each Sith separately. But why is this? Wouldn't it have been better if Yoda and Obi-Wan took on Darth Sidious together? A swifter way to end the conflict as the two Jedi Masters combine their power in the light to pierce through the overwhelming darkness. So why would Yoda decide to essentially play to the Sith's strengths? Well, perhaps we have the answer for you today, or maybe even 4 answers to this problem. So without further ado, let's ask this question that has plagued Star Wars fans for years. The divide and conquer strategy may have seemed counterintuitive, as it was this exact reason that all of the Jedi in the galaxy were killed in the first place. They were all separated and didn't have each other's backs. By now, post Order 66, it would actually be far too late for the Jedi to stick together, as if they were all together, then the Empire would have a much easier time hunting them down. I say that to say this. The first reason that Obi-Wan and Yoda split up is because if both Obi-Wan and Yoda, who at the time considered themselves among the last of the Jedi in existence, stayed on Coruscant, then that would have been an absolute death trap, as far too many clones were swarming Coruscant already, and Yoda knew that if Palpatine were to put them into a corner, he would simply call for backup and have both of the Jedi killed while they were trying to duel him. Neither Jedi Master would be able to focus on fighting Sidious and dealing with the clone battalion at the same time. However, if just Yoda went, Yoda believed that the outcome would be much different. Yoda knew that Darth Sidious would not be able to resist testing his mettle against the might of the Jedi Master and Grand Master of the Order in Yoda. The Sith's arrogance was something Yoda was quite familiar with, and was certain that he could take advantage of, except it turns out to be quite the opposite. The second reason the Jedi split up was simply because of Yoda's own arrogance. We learned that in the novelization for Revenge of the Sith, it wasn't until Yoda was in the middle of the fight with the new Emperor of the Galaxy that he realized that he had already lost. The book describes Yoda's thought patterns as he was leaping around and avoiding the Senate pods within the chamber itself. Yoda realizes that the Jedi's defeat had come long before Yoda's duel with Sidious, long before Order 66, and long before Anakin Skywalker was ever even born. This was the terrible reality that Yoda came to realize as they were fighting, but when he first entered the Emperor's office, he was still full of self-confidence and still under the impression that he alone could defeat the Dark Lord with his lightsaber, not realizing that the battle had gone far beyond the use of a lightsaber. Yoda admits later on several occasions that he had vastly underestimated Darth Sidious and that this was his single biggest regret. However, it was probably for the best that he faced the darkness alone, for if Obi-Wan had been there, Sidious would have picked him off nearly instantly, leaving Yoda totally alone in the galaxy as a Jedi. It's clear that Darth Sidious would have in fact targeted Obi-Wan Kenobi directly, and even if he got lucky for just a brief moment, Obi-Wan would be no more, and again Yoda would have been alone. It's clear that Obi-Wan is nowhere near the power level necessary in order to face down the Emperor in any capacity, and surely would have died. Even the uttermost limits of Yoda's own power was tested against Darth Sidious, and by his own admittance, he needed to flee. Yoda knew that someone needed to stay alive to help raise and distribute the Skywalker children, and Obi-Wan must be preserved in order to carry on the last of the Order. Yoda believed rightfully so that he would have been more than a match for the newly deemed Darth Vader, but not for Darth Sidious. Of course, Obi-Wan, even if he did manage to survive during their engagement, Yoda couldn't risk Palpatine simply recalling Darth Vader back to Coruscant. The Jedi would have been at a severe disadvantage when faced with the combined might of the two Sith Lords. Or let's even say that Obi-Wan and Yoda did manage to kill the Emperor. Now Vader is loose on the galaxy and with no one to rein him in. The powers of the Dark Chosen One would be unleashed as he grew even stronger. Not even Yoda would be able to stand up to him. Order 66 and the Sith takeover had happened faster than any of the Jedi could have predicted. In a matter of hours, the entire galaxy was turned upside down. So naturally, the remaining Jedi would need to respond to this blitzkrieg with one of their own lightning fast strikes. The plan was to take out both Sith Lords instantaneously in one fell fell swoop, without allowing the other Sith Lord preparation over the Jedi. The last thing that the Sith could have expected was that the Jedi would come after them, as they expected the Jedi to fly into hiding. This is exactly what Darth Sidious wanted, as he even believed that Obi-Wan Kenobi was dead at this time, as was reported to him by Commander Cody. Because of this, he realized that Yoda, if Obi-Wan was dead and Mace Windu was dead, would attempt to go into hiding, with the rest of the Jedi Council also killed during this time, with Yoda being the last of the Jedi and unable to stop him, which Darth Sidious was aware of. The last thing that Darth Sidious expected was for Yoda to waltz within his very chamber. When you really look at the situation and the way things panned out, while not ideal, were the best possible outcome for Yoda and Obi-Wan and what they had to work with, and was actually legitimately a fairly good plan. Yoda believed that Obi-Wan did not have the power to stand up to Darth Sidious even with Yoda present. While yes, Obi-Wan and Yoda failed in their ultimate mission, the outcome of the events that transpired were for the best, with Obi-Wan and Yoda both escaping with their lives. Yoda knew that splitting up has a significant risks, but staying together was even worse and made them an even larger target. At this point, following the initiation of the Jedi Purge, they couldn't both be in the same place at once, but there were 2 Jedi and 2 Sith. The plan of action was an obvious one. Unfortunately, this plan played out in the Empire's strengths, but it was the best that they had. In chess terms, the Jedi were in check. Even one misstep was a checkmate. But what do you think of this, students of the Force and Acolytes? Do you believe that they should have stayed together and faced down the Sith as one? Or do you believe that Yoda's plan was correct and splitting up was the best and only option that they had? Also, let us know down in the comments if you like these situational breakdowns of Star Wars and what-if scenarios. Now, as always, my friends, may the Force be with you, and I hope that you have a great day.